Now, I talk to people like that pretty often, and what I find they do is they act like absolute morons, or often they dog whistle on social media, but then when I talk to them in person, they lie to me. So I think that you're about
Are
as
you saying,
honest as a
okay,
member of
are you,
that group.
so I am now a neo-Nazi?
Yo!
Hey, what's up? Hello, hello, hello.
All right, how are we doing today?
0% of you are subscribed. Fix that.
Say who you are, and then I want to show the godforsaken Twitter thread that we were arguing over, and then we can discuss it bit by bit.
I don't really want to go through like each individual tweet and like go through everyone's words, because I think like we're both like hyperbolic and spicy weirdos on the internet. So
no, my main criticism is that you're stupid on Twitter and I'm not. So I think it'd be very prescient of us to actually go through the stupid shit that you said, rather than letting you to run it back and present some backpedaled version of what you
why would I? Why would I do that? I'm coming here with good faith. So I mean, I don't know why
we'll let the chat decide. Look, backpedaling bad, really... okay?
All right, everyone. Hello, my name is Mel. I am D2G's favorite commie. I kind of hang out in the broader leftist sphere. I talk about communism. I talk about politics. I'm a trans femme. Pronouns are she, they. So if you like neo pronouns, everyone should use them. They're 10 out of 10. And yeah, that's basically it. My name's Mel. I just hang out. I'm a fun old girl, and I'm here to talk to the wonderful Vaush, who I have been seeing do things on the internet.
Nice. Okay, with introductions out of the way, let's get right to it. So before we even talk, I'm gonna play the video clip that spawned all this, just 23 seconds really quick, so everybody has full context.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
I'll let you know when it's done. I'm blocking my own webcam here. You know what? Let's not be zoomed in so you can't see how bad I am at Bloodborne. Okay, let's go. Look, I get overconsumption's a problem, but whether you like it or not, I mean, I want my fucking items. I'm not on board for socialism if it means cutting standard of living to like a third of what it currently is. Oh boy. What's an acceptable amount to cut the living standard down? We shouldn't have to. What is the point of socialism if people's standard of living gets cut down? Okay, so that was the clip. And then you say, I cannot take white men who yell about socialism means everyone still gets to keep the same standard of living or it isn't socialism seriously. What about black people or people in the global south who the West profits from? The standard of living is a capitalist concept. Do you want to elaborate on that in any way?
I mean, I just want you to ask me like how you feel about like degrowth and how you feel about what I said. Like, I mean, I'm not going to defend anything that I said on Twitter because it's Twitter. So like, I'm coming here for you to ask me.
Twitter. So first of all, the white men thing is pretty weird. I understand broader, like generalized criticisms, but I don't know what that has to do with my argument here.
Well, I mean, I'm a person of color, so if I say the word white, I think I'm allowed to, right? Like, who cares?
I didn't say you're silly. I didn't say you're not allowed to, but it's pretty weird.
Why do you think it's weird?
I think it's a little weird
for me to make an
argument and for people to dismiss it by implying that my whiteness has something to do with the non-validity of that argument.
Okay, so let me push back. When I say that this is a white person talking, it's not saying that like Vaush is white, don't listen to him because he's white. It's that generally like whiteness carries a perspective that outweighs all kinds of other factors in the discussion that you're having. So if you're talking about
you dismissing it because I'm white, but it is.
No, because you're white, and that's just a fact.
What does that have to do with the argument that I made? Why not critique the argument? Why does it have
I mean,
to be my race?
I can totally critique the argument, but like that's just the hyperbolic statement that I'm saying. So you wanted to know why I said it. I'm giving you the reason why I said it and what it means.
That's not what hyperbolic means. Hyperbolic doesn't mean calling a person white in a way that implies that that's in some way impugning my ability to make a coherent argument.
I don't know why you're fixated on this race thing.
I don't want to give my audience the impression that you act in good faith.
So why would you even bring me on here if you're not even going to just give me the fair and balanced, like...
Are you saying that your arguments on Twitter are so bad that you're unwilling to defend them in a public setting?
I don't like to take I don't take everything that you say on Twitter for face value. Anyone can say anything on Twitter. And so generally when anyone says a take or an idea, I try to not take everything with a grain of salt. I don't like literally see something on Twitter and go, that's exactly what that person believes in.
You're lying right now because you quote tweet me
all
the time. You quote tweet me or you take screenshots of me on Twitter and impugn my ideas constantly. The idea that you just play live and let live with Twitter conversations is factually incorrect. You play serious with them until somebody holds you to account for the stuff that you say. In which case, oh, it's Twitter. Oh, it's just hyperbolic. Oh, no. Let's talk about the ideas. Well, I want to talk about the ideas.
Well, if you want, like, I mean, I say stupid shit on Twitter. We all say stupid shit on Twitter.
I will ignore everything on Twitter. I will drop the entire thing if you say these words. I say dumb shit on Twitter, and I do not want to defend it because it's not defensible.
Why are you boxing? Why are you boxing me into this corner? Why do I have to?
One or the other. It's defensible or it's not defensible. It's worth talking about or it's not worth talking about.
That's not how basic communication works.
We'll make the entire goddamn world richer is what we'll do, which I think is a lovely sentiment.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How would we, the United States, how would we do that?
Well, I think it's the responsibility of American leftists to try to detooth our military-industrial complex and our intelligence agencies, which would allow countries in the global south to develop with a little bit more autonomy. We can also try to do things to, say, for example, rein in our politicians domestically by focusing national attention on domestic issues. Black Lives Matter would be a good example of that. The more our agencies are dedicated to addressing social unrest domestically, the less they can do so abroad.
So how do we tackle the military-industrial complex?
That has nothing to do with the conversation about degrowth that we're going to have.
But you brought it up, though. You brought it up, so I'm asking.
Do you want to talk about degrowth?
Yeah, but like you brought up, you listed the things that we could do. So how does
but you realize you could ask how fractally, and we could talk about any one subject forever. Now, I could have a conversation with you about the best way to address the military-industrial complex, but that would be a different conversation. If you want to pivot, you can do it the next time we talk.
This isn't a pivot. This is me just trying to, like...
So I'm going to move on to the next tweets because you're attempting to circumnavigate the conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking the...
A conversation on the principles behind degrowth has literally nothing to do with the tactical strategy of addressing the military-industrial complex. These are not related.
I'm asking you politely for fucking brevity. I'm not trying to pivot.
You do realize...
Like, you do realize...
Mel! I know you don't want to go over these tweets. You can leave the call if you don't want to go over them. We have to get through them to get to the broader conversation. That is the price of entry.
You can just ask me.
So I talk to Nazis very often. Fascists,
I don't care
Nazis.
if you talk to Nazis. I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Mel, come on. Now, I talk to people like that pretty often, and what I find they do is they act like absolute morons, or often they dog whistle on social media, but then when I talk to them in person, they lie to me. So I think that you're about as honest as a member of that group.
So I am now a neo-Nazi. You're going to call a trans woman of color a neo-Nazi.
Ooh, nice wait, hold on. Nice liberal id poll. Also, I said you're about as dishonest as one. Not that you are one. Thank you. And
but
yeah,
you're still
considering your propensity for denying genocides, I don't know. So
why would you compare me to one?
Considering your propensity for denying genocides, I don't know. Maybe you got some cards up your sleeve. Who knows?
No, why would I do that?
So anyway, let's continue. You do realize not all growth is driven by...
Why was that
I'll just mute you and then I'll continue. There we go. So yeah, I will mute you because you're clearly unwilling to talk about this because you know the shit you say is incredibly fucking stupid and you don't actually want to defend it. So I'll just go, and when I'm done reading it, I'll let you on. You do realize not all growth is driven by colonialism, right? Full economic development worldwide under autonomous socialism would add billions to the modern labor force. Neocolonialism would generate total wealth. Welcome back. Did you hear that?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Well, do you remember the tweet?
Oh no, I don't read. I mean, we can both play stupid if you want. If you're gonna mute me, then I can just be stubborn about it.
So wait, can I ask you just some yes/no questions? I know you have trouble with those, but I just want to know.
So
wait, that's a yes/no. Wait, that was a yes/no question. So wait, when people ask you, are the Uyghur Muslims being genocided, and you don't answer yes or no, is that because you're principally opposed to yes/no questions?
Why is this important? This is not important.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You are an unfathomably dishonest person, and you clearly don't want to have this conversation.
I came here to have a conversation with you, but you know, if you want to be bad faith about this, then, you know.
Yes, going over a topic and trying to ask you direct questions that you refuse to answer is me being bad faith.
the word autonomous never has referred to nation states. It's always referred to an economic policy. So can you define what autonomous and economic policy means?
So I think that anyone above the age of 4 reading this tweet and seeing the word autonomous socialism after full economic development could probably interpret that what I'm saying is that these countries, first of all, what you said is not correct. Wait, hold on. Word gibberish isn't saving you here. You were incorrect in what you're saying, and I know more about econ than you do. Your question was gibberish, so I can't answer it, Mel.
You've never talked to me. You have never.
All right, muted. So anyway, I think that any reasonable person from this tweet could probably see that by autonomous socialism, I mean developing independently, like freed from the IMF and the World Bank and other neoliberal systems that are used to exploit the developing South. Okay. Oh. There we go. So I think in this tweet,
can you give me the definition of autonomous, please, economically?
I did. And then I think in follow-up tweets, I also made it perfectly clear that I'm talking about economic development.
Economic autonomous development. What does that mean?
I cannot help you if you don't know what words mean. That's not a burden I'm willing to shoulder. The last thing in the Twitter interaction here, so I asked this. This is a direct yes/no question. I know you don't like those. Could a nation in the global South uplift itself through economic development, assuming it was able to maintain political autonomy and develop in ways which served its own people and not the business interests of the West? I think this is a really, really good question because it directly corrects the problem that you seem to have, rather than just using...
It just anyone can read that and agree with it, but what do you stand for principally with those things?
So you agree then that a nation in the global South could uplift itself through economic development?
That's obvious. Anyone with a basic economics degree knows this.
That's crazy. So if we could develop a geopolitical system that had foreign interference reduced, more countries... Wait, hold on. None of this tweet thread, the entirety of this tweet thread, where you were saying, I'm white, I'm a neoliberal talking point haver, what have you. Oh, you said it was a neoliberal talking point to say that you should increase economies. So that was good. You know, neoliberalism means whatever it needs to. So we've done it. We've gotten through the tweet thread. Let's just talk about the ideas now. That wasn't so bad. It could have been over in about 3 minutes if you hadn't been so obstinate. But if I were you, I wouldn't have wanted to go over those either.